Today, me and Harry were doing a full day tour in Battambang, but we first started off with some breakfast at our homestay. We then got on the tuk-tuk and we started to drive. Everything was going well, and then we had to pull over as the driver had a flat tyre. We had to wait for his friend to bring us another tuk-tuk, but then we finally got moving again, and then we stopped a second time because we had no petrol. We were finally heading to our first stop, which was this market that was incredibly interesting and also very, very smelly. It did freak me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie, as most of the animals were actually still alive. Luckily, the animals in the next section weren't alive, but they absolutely stunk. We was only here about 15 minutes, but that was honestly more than enough. We then got back on the tuk-tuk that took us to our next place, which was a blacksmith's, and this was really interesting as I've never seen anything like this before. We were here about 10 minutes as we were wanted to watch the process of how a knife was made, and the tour guide was telling us lots of information and the history about this place. We then went to the killing fields, and again our tuk-tuk driver told us lots of information, and it was really sad to hear all the stories. And then we went to a couple of food places. So here was where they made different types of banana snacks. We had some banana crisp, but I'm not a fan of banana, so I didn't really like it. And then we went here where they made spring rolls. This was such a clever way of making the rice paper. There's a whole technique behind it, and I'm a little bit unsure how they do it so quickly and so well. But we were getting a little bit hungry, so we stopped off for some beef noodles, and then we went past this statue as well. And then we came onto this bridge again. Our tuk-tuk driver was able to tell us all the information about all these different little spots that we were stopping at. And then we had about a half an hour drive to my favourite part of the day, which was the bamboo train. So these guys just fitted the bamboo train together in literally a couple of minutes, and then off we went. And it was surprisingly so much quicker than what I thought. I don't know if you can actually see here how quick it really was, but it was quite entertaining really. I'd say this roughly takes about 15 minutes to the market, and then you look around a couple of the shops, and then it's about 15 minutes back, so it doesn't take too long, but it just depends how many times you have to stop. And then we went to a viewpoint, and these stairs were so steep, but this was the view and it was amazing. And then our last stop of the day was the Bat Cave, where 70 million bats come out of this cave every night at the same time, and I think the tuk-tuk driver said it takes an hour for all of the bats to come out, but this was just so surreal to actually see. It was then starting to get a little bit later, so we headed back and we had showers and got changed, and then we went for an Indian. We got some chicken samosas and some tandoori chicken and a curry and some naans to share, but that was the end of our tour day. Bye!